Hello, welcome to the day. Let's see what the cards have to say to us today. What messages we may need to hear today. The Hermit. So we have the Hermit fall out. The Hermit is about going within, taking a look within, doing some soul searching. We also had the Strength card drop out and the Two of Cups drop out. Five of Wands drop out. And the World. Really interesting because the Two of Cups and the World card's been coming up a lot lately. A lot. Almost every reading. So again, the Hermit is kind of about going within, shedding conditioning and finding your soul and asking your soul what it has to say about a certain situation, and not approaching the situation, whatever it may be, from an ego or conditioning level, where you approach it from a perspective that has always been the perspective, because it was the perspective that has been passed on to you, and you don't necessarily need to look at it in that way. And the Hermit is really speaking about going inside and finding your own light. Then we have the Strength card. And strength is pretty self-explanatory. I mean, it is being in a place of, it's an energy of, not power, because power almost has some ego to it, because power is kind of like, I don't know, I feel like when I say power, that it's in the context of others, so almost like power over something, whereas strength is more like it's deep, it's significant, it's unchanging. It's a strength that comes from knowing that you are directly, infinitely, and just forever connected to source. It's that kind of strength. It's like the strength that comes from faith. And then we have the Two of Cups, and the Two of Cups, again, it's about, the Two of Cups is a love card. I don't ever feel it in any other way, really. And in almost like a romantic love card, though, that it's an energy between two people who come together from a place of, having done some deep inner work and having found their strength in knowing that they are source and they are whole, no matter what may be happening around them, or messages they may get from society, or anything like that. They know they are whole because they are strong, and they know they are whole because of source. Then we have the Five of Wands here. The Five of Wands is kind of like an ego card for me. It's kind of about pettiness and fighting over like petty things. When you get caught up in your ego, and your ego gets a little offended, and so you kind of go into this little hissy because someone offended your ego. And then we have the World card, which is, for me, about both endings and beginnings. It's about big cycles coming to some kind of closure, like I keep thinking like having gone around the world and now you're back, sort of thing. But it's a big cycle. So it really is about, the energy I'm really feeling is about remembering who you are, remembering your connection to Source, finding strength in that connection, and also about knowing that because of that, you can come into partnership, with someone, or really even some situation, you enter into it as whole, and what you bring into it, you get back from it as well, which is also wholeness. And that it's time to let go of petty stuff, petty ego-driven stuff. You're you're not the best person on the team. You're not the best player on the team, and the I don't know, and it bothers you to the point that you keep perseverating on it. That I can't feel good about myself because I'm not the best person on the team, and I want to be the best person. No, I'm sorry. You need to let that kind of stuff go. That's not going to serve you. Do your best because it's what you want to do, and then accept what comes your way. And practice being in a state of just being, and but also, if it is what you desire, to be the best person on the team, then do it in a wholesome way, not a way that gets caught up in ego, that enjoys having something over some other person. That's very ego-based. If you want to be the best, then imagine yourself in that state. Imagine you already being it. And that's how we shape our own reality. And you can bring that into being, but don't do it for ego-based reasons. And all of this together is really bringing a close of a cycle, a cycle of learning that is bringing you to the next level, the next step of learning, the next stage of learning, to bring more awareness, to expand your consciousness, and to make movement towards oneness in all that it means. Kind of an interesting message for today. I hope it resonated. I hope it made some sense for you. And, enjoy the day. Have a beautiful day. Aloha and Namaste.